me, what are the first things that pop into your head when you hear the phrase reference tracks? Probably something along the lines of EQ curves, tonal balance, RMS metering, gain matching, EQ matching, isotope audio lens, and every other plugin on the market that lets you compare your song to commercially released tracks. And if you think about it, all of these things are connected to mixing or mastering. But we all know that there are more steps to music creation process than these two. In a perfect world, the music creation process would look something like this. You have your basic melody, lyrics, chords, the songwriting section. Then you go into arrangement, where you decide on the genre, key, tempo, the basic rhythm section. Then you move into production, where you record what needs to be recorded, program what needs to be programmed, do sound design, layering to fill out the production. Then you move into mixing, where you balance out the tracks to create a unique sonic environment for your song. Then only goes the mastering, where you polish your track so it shines as bright as it can before sending it off to distribution. And believe it or not, at every stage of this process, you can have a reference track. When I was preparing for this video, I stumbled across multiple YouTube shorts where people were comparing reference tracks to maps. The basic argument was you treat your reference track as a map to guide you from point A, the current state of your song, to the point B, the finished product. And it sounds cool in theory. But if you think about it, like imagine trying to navigate the world of Lord of the Rings with a map of Hogwarts in your hands. Sounds cool, but would it get you anywhere? Except of trouble. And if we're being serious here, whenever we're treating something as a map, we inadvertently perceive it as a set of instructions, like in 100 meters turn left, and what you do? You're turning left. In our case, that means that we unconsciously start to copy the reference track we are using because our mind perceives it as the only route possible. So how to remedy that? Simple. I suggest you treat and pick your reference track as your compass. And not just any compass, but a compass from a Pirates of Caribbean. Remember? The one that didn't point to the north, but instead pointed in the direction of the object or thing the holder desired the most. And this is a dramatic difference between a map and a compass. A compass doesn't tell you how to navigate from point A to point B. It only points in the right direction. And because there are millions of ways of how to go about making a song in order to avoid going in circles or falling into a hell loop, we need a way to check whether or not we're on the right path to our goal. But you might ask me, okay, we're treating our track as a compass, but how does this connect with the music creation process you showed us earlier? The answer is simple. Imagine that at each stage, we're facing a set of questions we need to answer, like arrangement, what is being played, production, how it sounds, mixing, where it sounds, mastering, how well it sounds. And you can come up with dozens more detailed questions tailored specifically for your particular track and address them to your reference track and see how they've been answered by music producers, mixing, mastering engineers on the record. It might turn out that some of these answers would fit you perfectly, but others won't suit your track at all. This does not mean that the reference track you're using is altogether wrong for you. On the big picture, it might be the perfect fit. It's most likely that at the current stage of music creation process, a technique or method you're trying to replicate is incompatible with your material. In other words, if a reference track A checks out all of the boxes except for arrangement, for example, you're absolutely free to pick another song to help you out with this particular stage. And this is the beauty and brilliance of treating a reference track as a compass. It turns it into a method of checking whether or not you're on the right path to your goal and not turning it into a goal itself. Because whenever we're treating a reference track as our final destination, as our goal, we're making it into a set of instructions that leads to predictable imitation. And we don't want that, do we? When we're treating a reference track as a compass, we're only highlighting a particular range of possible solutions. With workable tools, we can apply to successfully move from one stage of music creation process into another and still have the creative freedom while doing so. And that's it. No magic tricks, no cheat codes, only pure, critical listening. Thank you for sticking till the end of this video. Make sure to hit that like button so more people can discover this helpful video. My name is Yuvelir. I'm singer, songwriter, and music producer, and you can check all of my original music by hitting the links in the description. Leave your comments, questions, suggestions, and praises in the comment section down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!